following breaking news in the investigation into the deadly shooting at Brown University and the murder of an MIT professor. New Hampshire's chief medical examiner now says the man who carried out those crimes took his own life days before police found him.
The autopsy shows 48-year-old Claudio Manuel Neves Valente died on Tuesday from a self-inflicted gunshot wound. The Brown University community is working to move forward together now through this period of mourning.
Providence residents say they feel safer after the gunman's death, but they are still looking for some sort of emotional resolution, as WBZ's Paul Burton shows us.
No, I think it'll bring closure to some people. I wonder what it'll bring the families.
Mourn and think about the victims and their families and everybody, and all the students who are afraid.
Now that the 6-day manhunt is over, Brown University students say they can now begin to process the next steps in moving forward.
I don't know if I could say closure, just because this could happen again.
Haitian Mohammed is a PhD student and was on the 3rd floor of the Barris and Holly building during the mass shooting.
I feel safe right now because at least they got the guy. At least we know that this person is not here anymore.
Victoria Antonetti fights back tears as she visits the ever-growing memorial. She's a grad student here and vice president of the Student Workers Union on campus.
I don't know what to do as an educator, I'm sorry. I just don't know how to keep students safe, and that's part of my job.
The building's tainted, the school is tainted. This is something that is I don't think just finding the guy who did it isn't gonna change that.
Ann Clark is studying physics here at Brown and is constantly in the Barris and Holly building.
When the news came out last night, I was like, it's over. Everything's done, we figured it out. So I definitely do feel some peace knowing that there's not just a mass murderer on the loose.
I think we're mourning right now and also figuring out how do we make a change, because we don't want, our fellow students their tragedy to just be, again, another blip in the news cycle of mass shootings on campuses.
But I know in 2-3 weeks, people are going to be back in the city. We're going to recover, and this community is going to recover. And a really important part of what makes Brown is the love.
And Brown students say it's that strong sense of unity and love that's going to carry this community through this very painful experience. In Providence, I'm Paul Burton, WBZ News.
Paul, thank you. People in Brookline are also relieved the manhunt is over.
But they're also haunted by what we don't know at this point, as WBZ's Penny Commit shows us.
It's nice to know that he's caught, but it's also very shocking to know is another member of the Portuguese community.
The Brookline community remains rattled by the loss of Nuno Loureiro, an MIT physics professor who was shot in his home Monday and died the next morning. Investigators have linked his suspected killer to the mass shooting at Brown University.
Claudio Neves Valente, a Portuguese national we believed shot and killed 2 Brown University students and an MIT professor in Brookline, Massachusetts.
U.S. Attorney Leah Foley says Valente drove straight from Brown to Brookline, where he is seen on surveillance footage near Loureiro's apartment, which the professor lived in with his 3 children.
There was no doubt that he was the intended target.
The shooter and Loureiro attended the same Portuguese university together from 1995 to 2000. They both studied physics, and it's believed they knew each other, though a motive remains unclear.
There's a reason this guy was targeted, and we need to figure that out. And if it's a reason that threatens the community of Brookline, then we should be more scared.
He's a neighbor, also Portuguese, so hits close to home.
Christina Quintino owns a nearby Portuguese bakery that she says Loureiro would visit often with his children.
Talk about his daughter, his family. He's also a family man. He's also from Lisbon. I'm from Lisbon. It's nice to be at the little spot where people like to gather and get a little taste of home. So it's sad, and we're all pretty sad and shaken by it.
Loureiro and the shooter were also very close in age, just about a year apart. Loureiro, of course, went on to become a very prominent physicist, even leading one of MIT's largest labs. An online fundraiser for his family has already raised over $100,000. In Brookline, I'm Penny Commit, WBZ News.
Penny, thank you. And after days of searching, police say it was a tip and license plates that helped them solve the case.
Now, more cities and towns have been investing in flock license plate readers. But as WBZ's Aaron Parsegian shows us, this technology has vocal critics.
This is a photo of Claudio Neves Valente at Alamo Rent-A-Car in Boston last month. And here he is again weeks later, picking up the Nissan sedan that broke open a days-long manhunt.
The tipster gave the description of a car. It was like a gray Nissan. Well, you can use gray Nissan and Flock Safety to literally find the specific one vehicle that was involved in this incident.
According to this affidavit, a search of Flock automated license plate reader cameras in the city of Providence found the car 14 different times in the weeks and hours leading up to the shooting at the Brown University Engineering Building. Investigators tracked the car and its movements to Brookline, Massachusetts, and eventually that storage unit in Salem, New Hampshire.
So when you have tools and technology like Flock Safety that can really safely be used by local law enforcement in collaboration with other departments, even across state lines, it is possible to bring these tragedies to a conclusion.
Flock Safety has faced pushback for their technology and data storage. Recently, the city of Cambridge ended their contract with the company after outcry. But Flock says its use in the hunt for the Brown University and MIT professor killer is exactly what their products are designed for.
This isn't about mass surveillance. That is not what we're talking about. It's precision policing. It's getting the right tool at the right moment, and that's it.
The ACLU is one of the organizations that have been pushing back against Flock camera contracts in municipalities across Massachusetts. They tell WBZ in a statement, quote, license plate reader technology can play a valid and important role in legitimate targeted criminal investigations, as this case shows. Our concern has always been its use in warrantless, dragnet surveillance of drivers without any probable cause or reasonable suspicion. And while Cambridge just ended their contract with Flock, more municipalities are signing up. For example, the city of Watertown is set to have several LPR license plate reader cameras installed in the coming weeks. In Boston, Aaron Parseghian, WBZ News.
Aaron, thank you. We have followed this story every step of the way from the time it broke last Saturday. Stay with WBZ and CBS News Boston for any updates on the investigation. And we have